We all crave it, that deep heart-to-heart connection with another human being. We long to be seen, truly seen for who we are, and to love and be loved without reservation. But the path to that kind of intimacy requires courage, a willingness to be vulnerable, to show up authentically, imperfections and all. It's about embracing our shared humanity, understanding that we are all perfectly imperfect, and choosing to love each other through the messiness of life. This journey, my friends, is where true love resides. Love. Intimacy thrives on communication, on the willingness to share our inner worlds with another soul. It's about expressing our thoughts and feelings openly and honestly, even when it feels scary. It's about listening with our hearts, not just our ears, seeking to understand the emotions and experiences of our partners. When we create a safe space for open and honest dialogue, we build bridges of understanding that draw us closer together. Think about the moments in your own relationships when you felt most connected. What role did communication play? Were you able to share your true thoughts and feelings? Did you feel heard and understood by your partner? When we communicate with vulnerability and authenticity, we invite our partners to do the same, creating a virtuous cycle of connection. But open communication isn't just about sharing the good stuff. It's also about having the courage to talk about the difficult things, the fears, the insecurities, the things that keep us up at night. It's about showing up with our whole hearts, even when it's hard. This kind of vulnerability can be terrifying, but it's also the key to unlocking deeper levels of intimacy. When we allow ourselves to be seen in our entirety, light and shadow, we give our partners permission to do the same. This mutual vulnerability creates a foundation of trust and acceptance that strengthens the bond between us. It's in these moments of shared humanity that we truly connect on a soul level. Vulnerability is often misunderstood as weakness, but it is actually the birthplace of love, belonging and joy. It's the courage to let down our guards, to peel back the layers of self-protection and show up as our authentic selves. This kind of vulnerability can feel risky, but it's also the key to experiencing true intimacy. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable with another person, we are essentially saying, "Here I am, flaws and all, I trust you with my heart." This level of openness can be terrifying, but it's also incredibly powerful. It invites our partners to meet us in that same space of authenticity, creating a deep and meaningful connection. Think about the times you've felt truly seen and understood by another person. Chances are it was in a moment of vulnerability, a moment when you allowed yourself to be truly known. Vulnerability isn't about oversharing or spilling our guts. It's about showing up with our hearts open, ready to connect on a deeper level. It's about letting go of the need to be perfect and embracing the beauty of imperfection. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we give our partners permission to do the same, creating a space of love and acceptance that allows our relationship to flourish. Trust is the bedrock of any intimate relationship. It's the feeling of safety and security that allows us to be vulnerable, to open our hearts without fear of judgment or rejection. Building trust takes time and consistent effort. It's about showing up for each other, day after day, in both big and small ways. Honesty is paramount. When we are truthful with our partners, even when it's difficult, we demonstrate our integrity and build a foundation of trust. Remember, trust is earned in the small moments, in the everyday interactions where we choose to be authentic and true to ourselves and our partners. Consistency is equally important. Our actions need to align with our words. If we promise to be there for our partners, we need to follow through. When our actions consistently reflect our words, we create a sense of security and reliability in the relationship. Think of trust like a fragile thread. Each act of honesty and consistency strengthens that thread, weaving it into a strong and resilient bond. But even one act of betrayal, one break in that trust, can weaken the entire fabric of the relationship. Nurturing trust requires ongoing attention and care. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It's about stepping outside of our own experience and trying to see the world through our partner's eyes. Empathy is essential for building intimacy because it allows us to connect with our partners on a deeper emotional level. When we can understand and share each other's feelings, we create a sense of shared reality. This doesn't mean we have to agree with our partner's perspective all the time, but it does mean we make an effort to understand where they're coming from. One way to cultivate empathy is to practice active listening. This means really paying attention to what our partners are saying, both verbally and non-verbally. It means asking clarifying questions and reflecting back what we've heard to make sure we understand. Another important aspect of empathy is being able to hold space for our partner's emotions, even when they're difficult. This means being present with them in their pain, offering comfort and support without trying to fix or change how they're feeling. Physical touch is a fundamental human need. It releases oxytocin, the cuddle hormone, which promotes feelings of love, bonding, and well-being. In intimate relationships, physical affection is a powerful way to express love, comfort, and reassurance. Simple gestures like holding hands, hugging, cuddling, and kissing can go a long way in strengthening the bond between partners. These acts of physical touch communicate love, care, and a desire for closeness. Physical affection can be particularly important during times of stress or conflict. A warm embrace or a gentle touch can convey a sense of support and understanding when words are hard to find. It's important to remember that everyone has different comfort levels with physical touch. What feels good to one person may feel intrusive to another. The key is to communicate openly and honestly with our partners about our needs and preferences, creating a safe and comfortable space for physical intimacy. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to let our relationships fall by the wayside. We get caught up in our jobs, our commitments, and the endless distractions of modern life. But if we want our relationships to thrive, we need to make quality time for each other a priority. Quality time doesn't have to be elaborate or expensive. It's not about checking off items on a to-do list. It's about creating space in our lives where we can truly connect with our partners, free from distractions and obligations. It could be as simple as having dinner together without the TV on, taking a walk in nature, or cuddling up on the couch for a movie night. The important thing is that we are fully present with each other, giving our undivided attention to the person we love. Making time for each other sends a powerful message that our relationship is a priority. It shows our partners that we value their company and that we are committed to nurturing our connection. Respect is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship, romantic or otherwise. It's about valuing our partners for who they are, accepting their thoughts, feelings, and experiences as valid, even when they differ from our own. Respect creates a foundation of safety and security in a relationship, allowing both partners to show up authentically. When we respect our partners, we treat them with kindness, consideration, and compassion. We listen to them with open hearts and minds, seeking to understand their perspectives, even when we don't agree with them. Respect also means honoring our partner's boundaries. It means understanding that they are their own person with their own needs, desires, and limits. We don't try to control them or change them. We accept them as they are. Remember, respect is not about being right all the time or always getting our way. It's about creating a space where both partners feel heard, valued, and respected. In the busyness of life, it's easy to take our partners for granted. We become accustomed to their presence, their love, their everyday acts of kindness. But expressing appreciation is essential for keeping the flame of love alive. When we take the time to acknowledge and appreciate our partners, we are essentially saying, "I see you, I value you, I'm grateful for you." These expressions of gratitude, however small, can have a profound impact on the health and happiness of our relationships. Appreciation can be expressed in countless ways. It could be a heartfelt thank you for a delicious meal, a note of appreciation for a chore well done, or a simple "I love you" whispered at the end of a long day. The key is to be sincere and specific in our expressions of appreciation. Instead of just saying, "You're great," try something like, I really appreciate how you always make me laugh, even when I'm feeling down. A spiritual connection isn't necessarily about religion, although it can be. It's about a shared sense of meaning and purpose, a connection that transcends the physical world. It's about feeling aligned with our partners on a deeper level, sharing values, beliefs, and aspirations that truly matter to us. This shared sense of purpose can provide a strong foundation for a relationship, especially during challenging times. When we face life's inevitable storms together, our shared beliefs can act as an anchor, keeping us grounded and connected. Spiritual connection can manifest in many ways. It could be through shared religious practices, a common interest in meditation or yoga, or simply a shared passion for social justice or environmental activism. The important thing is that we feel a sense of alignment with our partners, a sense that we're both moving in the same direction, both striving towards something greater than ourselves. One of the greatest gifts we can bring to any relationship is self-awareness. This means taking the time to understand our own needs, desires, boundaries and triggers. It means being honest with ourselves about who we are, what we want and what we need to feel loved and supported. When we are self-aware, we are better equipped to communicate our needs to our partners effectively. We can articulate our boundaries clearly, express our desires openly, and ask for what we need without fear or hesitation. Self-awareness also means taking responsibility for our own emotions and behaviors. We don't blame our partners for our own unhappiness or expect them to fix our problems. We own our stuff and work on ourselves so that we can show up as our best selves in our relationships. Remember, we can't control how our partners behave, but we can control how we respond. Self-awareness empowers us to make conscious choices that support our own well-being and the health of our relationships. Intimacy isn't a destination, it's a journey. It's a continuous process of showing up, letting go, and choosing to love even when it's hard. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to embrace the messy, imperfect beauty of being human. But the rewards, my friends, are immeasurable. When we allow ourselves to be truly seen and known by another, we open ourselves up to a love that is deeper, richer, and more fulfilling than we ever thought possible.